Hi everybody, Cassandra Chandler here, and today I'm doing a reading from Jack Frost in the Court of the Springtime Fae. At this point, Jack and Ava are in her flower shop and they're getting ready to package up some flower arrangements to take to a client who has been suspiciously known as Prince Charming. His smile deepened as he stood straighter and turned toward the flower arrangements. At the moment, all I'm interested in is glimpsing this Prince Charming. One of her eyebrows hitched and her mouth pulled into that rich lopsided frown. Shaking himself, he gruffly said, "What?" "Why? Why what?" "Stop it with the weird double questions," she said. "I have a 10-year-old. You can't throw me off topic. Why do you want to see this guy so badly? And don't give me some crap line about checking out your competition." He felt himself grin. "Fodder for town gossip?" She laughed, her eyes crinkling at the corners and teeth flashing white. Her entire face brightened for a few brief seconds that had his breath sticking in his chest and his heart pausing in its beats. It was like the first spring sunlight breaking through the winter clouds. He had never seen such radiance. His heart picked up its beat again, but at a pounding speed. What was wrong with him? She pulled her features back into a frown, but it wasn't as severe as before. "Town gossip, huh? What's so funny about that?" "Nothing," she said, but she was fighting another smile. When he kept staring at her intently, she relented. "I was just picturing you sitting on a porch in a rocking chair, knitting with a bunch of grandmas. And Hayden. She's the one who knitted Charlie's hat. I would charm their lovingly hand-knitted socks off if that ever happened. But there are other people who might be more interested in this particular gossip." "Who?" Somehow she made the word seem like a challenge. "I know people," he said, oddly offended. "What people?" She started packing up the flower arrangements again as she spoke. He joined her, working at her side with an ease that surprised him. "You know that Christmas-themed bakery over on Holly Street?" "Yeah, I know it. The Yuletide Bakery. I happen to be very tight with the owner's bestie." He chuckled to himself as he remembered their last interaction and just what Lord Snow, better known as the Krampus, would say if he heard Jack speak of the relationship this way. "In fact, I'm responsible for setting him up with his life mate." "Life mate?" Her forehead crinkled. "You mean wife?" "Sure," Jack said, shrugging. "I also helped a couple of close friends of his patch things up." "Aren't you the little matchmaker?" She smirked at him, handing him a vase as she bent under the counter to get out another box. He positioned himself so that he was right next to her when she stood. Her eyes widened when she realized how close they were, but then she leaned even closer. This was a game he would enjoy playing. He loved to see how other faces squirmed when he came into their personal space. Ava didn't seem the type to back down quickly. He wondered what it would take to make her be the first to move away. "If you have so many friends, why are you going to be crashing on my cot?" she asked. "Because I have no plans to ask for anything in return for the help I've given them." Well, nothing that hadn't already been offered, and earned. The Yuletide King had granted Jack a boon for helping his family. Getting the king back in the good graces of his queen had been a bonus that Jack couldn't resist throwing in. He slid even closer to Ava. Her cheeks darkened, an odd flush spreading down her neck. Leaning down close enough that their noses almost touched, he said, "I'm just a fan of happy endings."